We got Notre Dame at Arkansas, noon Eastern, ABC. Notre Dame, 4.5-point favorites walking into Fayetteville, right? Interesting. Very interesting. Notre Dame's in playoff mode, for those of y'all that haven't been keeping tabs. Lose too early, or 2 good losses, make no mistake. I think if you run the table, if you're Notre Dame, and you make it convincing, maybe you feel good about your playoff chances. But you can't lose a third, especially not with no conference title game to help you get in from the auto bid perspective. So you're in playoff mode, noon kick, on the road, kind of sleepy situation. Can you bring your best? Kind of the whole sentiment for this weekend. Can you bring your best in a weird spot if you're the Irish? I believe this line opened at Notre Dame minus 5.5 down to 4.5, according to BetMGM. Interesting. Keep tabs on that. Arkansas, man, you just lost to Memphis. Now, Caden Smith produced the hard count here. Picked Memphis as his G5 team to be in the college football playoff. Just make sure that's on notice here. So Memphis, not the worst loss in the world, but I don't think Arkansas is taking that any more lightly. Can you bounce back here? All right, tough look. Played Ole Miss tough a couple weeks ago. Can you bounce back here? Because if you go beat Notre Dame, all right, talk about Sam Pittman differently, talk about Taylor Green differently, talk about what you would accomplish this year differently. Because Notre Dame's super talented, and I think that in itself would be a nice little feather in the cap. So we'll break this down. We'll pick a winner. Before we do that, though, one, make sure you're subscribed. That's the first part of this. Second part of this show brought to you by Game Time. All right, Game Time is the best way to buy tickets. If you want to be at this game, Game Time is going to make sure that you get the, one, view from your seat before you purchase. 2, it's going to make sure you buy the seat at a affordable, affordable price, safe way to buy it. You can also buy last minute. So if you're an Arkansas fan, you're sitting there, you're like, man, do I really want to buy this ticket? Maybe I can watch at home. Track it on Game Time. And at the morning, Saturday morning, Friday night, you're like, okay, forget it. I'm going to go. Game Time will make sure you have the best prices available to you via their app. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code HARDCOUNT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, code HARDCOUNT, HARDCOUNT, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Swipe, tap, ticket, download the Game Time app today. So for the Razorback fans that want to get out there, not a bad way to get that done. All right. Notre Dame, if you want to get beat, then just don't even worry about Taylor Green. Okay? The thing that concerns me a little bit in this spot is the man coverage Notre Dame is going to play. It's been kind of the staple of their defense over the course of the last couple of years. I'm here for it. Do you stick to your identity? But the thing with man coverage is when you're playing your receiver, your back is where? To the quarterback. Taylor Green's one of those individuals that I would like to have eyes on at all times. So I don't think that Chris Ash is going to trot out there with no plan to keep Taylor Green at bay. But how effective is that while you're playing man coverage? Is it a spy? Do we play some more zone coverage? I don't know. But Taylor Green is the way that Arkansas wins this football game. He's had a couple of 300 passing yards, 100 rushing yards games this year. That is one of those things that would make this thing real interesting in the fourth quarter. Believe you me. Now for Arkansas, we got to sell out to stop the run, man. Like, you're allowing 4.7 yards a carry. You're up against one of arguably the best backfields in college football in Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price. Like, they're going to eat greedy if you allow them. So if I'm Arkansas, again, I'm rolling a safety down. I'm putting another linebacker on the field. I'm triggering more quickly because we cannot get beat by Notre Dame running for 200 yards on the ground. Like, that cannot be the way that we live. What we'd like to have happen if we're Arkansas is win on first down, win on second down, create C.J. Carr, obvious pass situations. This is the most difficult, I think. Miami's a pretty difficult road spot. This is arguably as difficult a road spot as C.J. Carr will have. Not to say anything of Hard Rock, but you look at the time of the game, you look at the spot in Fayetteville, they will be dialed in, I promise you. This is going to be really interesting to see how C.J. Carr approaches the situation. So, again, if I'm Arkansas, I want to put the game on him. I don't want to die the quick death of getting just creased several times by Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price comes in and finishes it off. I don't want that world to be lived in if I'm Arkansas. So the early part of this game, for that reason, is huge. If you're Notre Dame, you get up early, call it 13-0 in the second quarter, going at half. You have the ability to then shrink the game, slow it down, Love, Price, all those things, because guess what? Then Taylor Green gets less touches. Less touches for Taylor Green is always going to be a good situation if you're the Fighting Irish. This cannot be the ugly C.J. Carr game, going back to what I just said a second ago. If he's out there and throwing 2-3 picks, extra possessions for Arkansas. Confidence goes down for C.J. Carr. You actually need more from C.J. Carr than at that point to push the ball downfield, get you back into the game. I don't want to live that way from Notre Dame. So I'm not saying you play conservative by any stretch of the imagination, but C.J. Carr, if we needed a clean game from you, brother, this is the spot. This is absolutely the spot. So here's how I feel about this game. I think that, again, Taylor Green could be the one that takes it over. I don't think that's unreasonable by any stretch of the imagination. I think Arkansas is going to be scrappy in this spot after the loss to Memphis. I think there's some pride. I think there's some bounce-back feel to it. Here's the thing, though. I think Notre Dame's also got some desperation to them. I think playoff mode Marcus Freeman is a real thing. I think Notre Dame wins this game, but I think that Arkansas actually keeps it relatively close. That line dropping makes me nervous. I'm going to think that the Irish win this game, but I'm also going to think and predict that Arkansas covers. So we're threading the needle here. Roll with us. Notre Dame wins. Arkansas covers. Final score 33-30 in Fayetteville. If you like a total in this game, I think it's like north of 60. Not a bad spot to take it. Andy and I are all over that, so get on that. But Notre Dame wins, Arkansas covers, and the Irish survive in advance in the regular season.